it. Aaron and Adrian could go first because they haven't been here in the longest.
This is their punishment.
Thanks for volunteering. Adrian, do you want to go first?
Oh, it was really good conversation, and gosh, I mean, where do we start? I don't think I should go first. Maybe you should go.
Well, okay, I'll just share one small thing. So, this is, I'm a word nerd. If those of you who know me know I'm a word nerd. I really like knowing like the etymology of words. And so like verse 2, when it talks about, when Paul says, yeah, I'm extremely confident before those who accuse me, you know, he doesn't want to come across as arrogant. To the religious, confidence always looks like arrogance, but you know, actually the word confidence, I looked that up one day. I was prompted to, and I looked it up, and the root words, they come from Latin. Con means with, and fide is where the last part of it comes, and it means faith. So confidence actually means with faith. And so I gave an example of why I was wondering, I was questioning whether I was confident about approaching someone that I had known in the past and we haven't seen in a long time and stuff. And I had a dream with them the night before, and then I just so happened to see them in a store the next day, and I didn't approach them, but I was thinking, you know, did I do the right thing? Should I have approached them? And then that word confidence came up, and I'm like, no, because in the dream it showed like they were wanting one meal and I wanted a different one, and they wanted to sit in that room and I wanted to sit in this room. And the whole point of it was, I just felt like faith wasn't showing me that's what I was doing. Like they were going off in this direction and I was going in that one, and there was nothing wrong with that. So I feel like, you know, when I share, even when Paul is sharing the gospel with people, as Keisha said, you know, he doesn't want to shrink from like telling them about their I amness, right? We don't want to shrink back from that, because it's important that they understand that. And in the same way, when we share the gospel, it's encouraging to be reminded that just like operating and living out of his faith, there's still going to be people that see or hear what we're saying, and they're going to think that we're arrogant. But like, it's not, the message isn't about us or about us having it all figured out, but just knowing what God says about us and letting people know that too, you know, and making sure that they understand what the Father thinks about them. So yeah, so I liked that confidence means with faith. So all I have to do is just continue living in his faith, like all of us, right?
Oh,
you want to say something?
Yeah. And speaking of arrogance, don't you think it's arrogant to think that we can do anything? Like don't you think it's arrogant? It would be an arrogant position to think that we can do something apart from God. Like, you know, apart from me, you can do nothing. Right. And, anyways, so in verse 1, you know, it talks about, our authentic identity, and when you reference the Lord's Prayer, our Father in heaven, you know, that suggests that we're, you know, if he's our Father, then we're his sons, right? Like, you know, we come from the same Father, so we belong in him, right? So yeah, we just shared a little bit about that. You know, basically, I don't think you can know God if you don't know him as Father. And I think that really blessed one of the people in our group, Mariana. It really blessed just hearing that and other things. But yeah, maybe bring her up. She was amazing, Mariana.
Only if she wants to.
If you want to.
Come on, beautiful.
All right, I'm going to try throughout. So I've been on here since chapter 5, and I don't know the Mirror Bible, but I have been learning alongside some others here in New Zealand. But it's trying to to get it all, even just a bit of it. So I felt that he just poured everything. In actual fact, it was during the scripture where you were talking about ministry, and sorry, I should have had it ready, but it was somewhere along there.
14 and 15
The
about
right way of, our ministry. No, I don't know which one it is. Oh, never mind. Anyway, it was about there that I started to see that I actually was thinking about how I had lost who I really was during those times of church, because that triggered something. And anyway, it went on, but I started blubbering all the way through, Patrick, your teaching today. And then when I got into the beautiful group that we had, I knew I was in for it. I knew I was in for it. I couldn't understand. It was like he was saying to me, don't stress it. It's not about your head. It's not about your brain. It's not about catching it up there. Just relax. And then before I knew it, I tried holding it back, but it was like a dam just broke. So I tried to cry beautifully. It wasn't working. And I just felt his love upon me. And it was not so much in words, but I felt him saying, we've done it. We've done it. There's nothing in there. Like it's empty, it's gone. Here it is all. And it was like I was being downloaded on in my heart. And I tried so much to dab the eyes and so forth, and yet I couldn't see through my glasses. And I was like, I'm about to take these off and get really ugly. But the love of the Father, when I'm sorry, I forgot your name again. I'm in such a state, a wonderful state. The gentleman, when he said, you know, you can't get to know God unless you know him as the Father. And I just broke like a child. I thought I was all good. I mean, I thought I was all together. But I broke at the sound of the Father because it was the truth. And that's what I've been searching for all my life. And even just to say to me, you're never too old. In fact, it's your time. So rise up, because that is what you have come to. You've been resurrected, you died. All of that was just flooding through. It was flooding through in the group. So I had to admit to them that I'm trying to cry beautifully, but it ain't working. So I took my glasses off and I began to let him do what he needed to do. And every time I thought I was drying up, someone else in the group would speak, and the love was just flowing from them. And I felt him saying, you're in the right place. So I just want to say thank you. Patrick, you always crack me up, but today I cracked up in joy of tears. And I try to practice what you say here. And I say, tonight, tonight. And it just makes me close to you. Anyway, I'm blubbering now, but the love of God, I feel I had a real encounter with him. I didn't know.
Do you want to see?
Wow.
Wow.
That's awesome.
I know that everybody here is just giving you a
Big old
hug.
cyber hug.
Yeah. The cyber hug all the way to New Zealand.
Thank you to my brother who I keep saying, sorry, I don't know your name.
Adrian.
Thank you, Adrian. Adrian, thank you. Thank you. And thank you, everybody.
We love you.
Yeah,
Oh my
thank
God.
Thank
you.
you for listening.
Thank you for sharing that. That was beautiful. That was wonderful.
It was wonderful.
It's
Thank you.
awesome.
Thank you. I
And
don't
we're
know
so-
how to turn it off.
And we're so happy that you had the encounter of the Father. That's the most important thing in the world.
That was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
You are so beautiful, Marianne. Beautiful, beautiful, honey.
Would anybody like to go next? Now we can.
That was awesome, by the way.
That was awesome. Awesome. That's a hard one to go.
All right, Keisha, get on there. Oh, Leah.
Leah, go
Go
ahead.
for it.
Beautiful, Leah.
So I was in group with Mariana, and it was such a beautiful thing to be there while he was just loving on her. It was just wonderful. But one thing that I was talking about in the group and that I think is important to know is you can read the Bible, you can try to understand it, you can try to make sense of it, but unless you experience the love of the Father, you really don't know. You really don't know. You have to experience him, spend time with him, because the more time I spent with him, he would tell me who I was. He would tell me, not the book telling me, it would be him. So he is rewriting who I am because I'm spending time with him. So that's it.
Excellent.
That was awesome, Leah. Thank you. Anybody else like to go?
Go
Okay,
ahead.
Eli, I guess or Diane, whoever's raising their hand.
It's me. I just wanted to agree with Aaron about coming across as arrogant. I've experienced that a number of times whenever I've been in a discussion with a group of men at a breakfast or at a Bible study with a Western mindset, and I bring up the Mirror Bible and I start reading scripture or talking about Francois' translation, and I do it in a very confident way because I know whose I am, and it's true. I just come across as arrogant to them, and I'm not being arrogant at all. And it just blows my mind, and I'm just agreeing with what Aaron was saying. It shouldn't be that way. We should, even in our disagreements in theology and doctrine and everything, we should be able to have good conversations and learn and grow from each other. And it's not the way the body was meant to operate. I think about looking in the New Testament in the scriptures, and I've never found anywhere where Jesus said to Peter, Peter, upon this rock I'm going to build my church, and I want you to be sure to have at least 30,000 denominations. I haven't found that anywhere, and it just shouldn't be that way. Anyway, that's it. I just wanted to share that.
Thanks, Eli. That was good.
Joan.
Joni baby.
Hey, I missed you all. It's been a long time. And sure enough, I was in that group with all the talkers who started out tonight. Um, when Marianne was crying, the Lord reminded me that it's just liquid love, those tears. And I remember years ago, he said to me one day, I need your tears, because he needed to break up some fallow grounds. And the union and the oneness, we think about us needing him, but he needs us. And even my very tears, the Lord would say, I need your tears tonight. And wow. And it's an outflow of everything. It says, out of you will flow the living waters. And if we see our tears as just the living waters, it's who he is, just flowing out of us, and it's life-giving. Wherever, it's just gonna bring that living water that flows out of us. And well, and just because of wherever we are, I told him I've been spending the last few days at Sky Zone with my grandson. And I'm like, oh, good grief, I'm sky zoned out. It's like a trampoline park. And I just like kids, good thing I wear hearing aids. I take them out so I don't have to hear the noise. So, and but I sat there today and this lady came and I was sitting in one of the vibrating chairs and she said, oh, let me just put some money in here for you so you can enjoy this. And when she was about to walk away, and I said, I just want to just thank you and I just bless you. I just thank God for you, or something like I said. And she looked at me and she said, my grandson is going for cancer treatment on Friday. And I thought about that union, the divine union that the Lord placed us right there, that moment. We exchanged numbers. And I said, I'd like to keep in touch for the progress of what's going to happen. It's like, how do we become the gospel of Jesus Christ? It's an outflow, just a divinity that flows out of us wherever we are. And it's touching one life after the other, after the other. And she said, oh, I'll remember your name because my church is St. Joan of Arc. And I go, yeah, I'm St. Joan of Arc of the Covenant. And so we just and so we just hugged. But it's not striving, it's an outflow. He just can't help, we can't help ourselves but to let him flow out of us. And that's what he desires, just an outflow. Mm.
Thank you, Miss Joan of the Ark.
Of the covenant.
Of the covenant. So anybody else want to share? It's
Anyone?
Bueller?
Bueller? Bueller? Bueller?
Is that it?
All right.
Exit, so should I get it? Okay, I'm putting it on, stopping the recording.